Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Faye and this is a channel where I'm just trying to figure out life, and right now I'm focusing on finances. This video is going to be reviewing my bi-weekly budget. So if that sounds like content you want to see, please stay tuned. So every week, because I'm salary, I always budget for the 1705 because I don't know what I'm getting paid with mileage or extra shifts from shifts that I do, because the way that the pay works, sometimes if it's not signed by the right person, I don't get it in the next check. I might get it like 2 checks from now. So I budgeted for the 1705, and then I got my paycheck and I did get some mileage pay. So we are working with 1,955, which is awesome. So I'm just gonna go down the list. I originally budgeted 50 for groceries. Whoop, let me just zoom in a little more. I did decide to put my mouse pad underneath just to kind of cancel out the glare from the table underneath with the lighting. And I kind of like the contrast between the paper and the black background. So grocery, I budgeted 150. I'm going to bump this up to 160. Just because of the denominations that I knew I had to get from the bank, I had to throw an extra $10 somewhere. Gas is going to remain getting 80. Spending, I bumped up to 30. Outings is getting 50. Household is 40. GM is still getting 300. Usually my bill for that is just below 500, but last check I pulled 200 to put towards it, so I only needed the remaining 300. Insurance, again, I started paying per paycheck for this. So insurance gets 46, which is half, and my husband pays the other half. Phone, again, $38 is my half of the half, and then my husband pays his half. Canva is getting 8, Cricut gets 5, Audible gets 8, and I canceled the Kindle Unlimited because I read the books that I wanted to read off of it. And just so everyone knows, I do have a library card and I do get books from my local library, but they don't tend to carry books from like independent authors and publishers, because a lot of authors, when they're doing it themselves, they will put things up on Kindle Unlimited, and those are items that don't tend to make it to libraries. The same thing with some of the audiobooks. If there's a book that I really want to read and our local library only has like one audiobook copy, and if there's like a list of people waiting for that book, so it could take me months to get it. Sometimes I'll just get it right off of Audible and just listen to it sooner, so I don't have to wait 3 to 4 months on the list to get my hands on it through my local library. Okay, and tech is getting 100. Car expenses, we're gonna do 60. Vacation is getting its 180. Gifts is going to be getting 120. I got a message the other day from someone in my life that said that they're getting married next week, just out of the blue. And they just dropped a location and they're like, if you want to be there, be square. So that is in a gift that I was not planning on getting quite yet, that I will be getting for next week, which is why that's getting a little bit more than planned. Self-care, I'm going to stick with, it's actually going to be $120 because previously I had made the toiletries envelope, but I'm taking that out of the binder. So I'm just going to add toiletries to self-care. So it's going to be $120. I didn't plan anything for home, fun times, or clothing. Wants is keeping 50. Nothing for books. Nothing for P.O. Box. And buffer is technically getting 30, but I'm going to write a note. 10 stays in the bank account. So my debt snowball gets 104. So I calculated it and I took the minimum payments from the items that I fully paid off. So that's $208 a month. So $104 minimum per paycheck has to go towards debt snowball. My Barclays actually ended up being $52.64. Upstart still gets the $153 because I pulled half of, $153 because I pulled half of that amount from the last paycheck. And here, month ahead is getting nothing. Rainy day fund, nothing. Extra car payment, nothing. Christmas is getting nothing. Emergency fund is fully funded, so nothing. And then savings challenges got 77. That's what I rolled on the dice. So this actually rolls over to debt snowball. But then when I calculated all of the money, I believe I had an extra $146. And I believe that's how much money I put on there. So this actually turns out, if I add the extra 146, this should be 223. So I'm gonna go ahead and calculate this. And I don't know if it's going to fully add up because I did have extra money in my bank account left over from last week. So I'm just gonna calculate this really quick. Okay, so our income total is $1,955. Our spending total is $1,958, which is a difference of $3, and the extra $3 was left over in my account from last week. So right now there is $10 from this buffer left in my checking account, because of the way that I had to pull denominations from the ATM because the bank was closed by the time I got there. I had to leave the $10 so I could pull out a 20 somewhere. So essentially this is negative $3, but I had the money. So I'm gonna consider this a zero out. And then I'm just gonna go through really quick And I'm just going to, you know what, let's do this color and let's do green. I'm just gonna note which ones get pulled out for cash. So let's use green for cash. So that's going to be this one, outings, household, and then all the ones that stay in the bank for me to pay, I'll put in pink. Insurance, phone. Now the Canvas, Cricut, and Audible, I put all of those on a payment on my Chase card because that's where those get pulled from. So I automatically just grouped those and paid those on my Chase. Debt Snowball stayed. This stayed in the bank because I paid those directly. And this one I rounded up to 53. So I'm just gonna highlight that. And then over here, just seeing, yeah, all this gets pulled out in cash. So 20 of this is getting pulled out in cash. So I'm just gonna, there we go. Which, let's just calculate. Okay, and I calculated that correctly, so it's $1,010 being pulled for cash stuffing. And I'm going to highlight that in green. All right, and that is the budget for this week's check. I actually think that this one went a lot more smoothly than some of my previous ones. So thank you guys for sticking around, and I hope to see you in the next video where I will actually be cash stuffing my $1,010. Please like and subscribe if you liked this content, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.